Alright, welcome to another pickups video. For starters, I'm going to start off with something that I left out of my last video, and that is that I got a new PC. And the reason I did that is because I had been running an old Windows XP computer with Windows Movie Maker, which do not recommend to anyone. And, you know, I was putting together the Xenosaga 3 review about a month and a half ago, and that dinky little 4-minute video took 4 hours because Movie Maker kept crashing. If you try to do like 10 edits within 1 minute, it just doesn't like it and freezes up. And I had to constantly restart my computer, and like if I tried to select a new clip, it would take like 2 minutes to load up, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. So I went and got a new PC, nothing fancy, not a high-end gaming PC or anything. I don't even like most of the games that are out nowadays anyways, so. But I needed something that was, you know, good enough to make videos, and also good enough to handle this. The Elgato Game Capture HD. I really love this a lot. This is the one that lets you do retro consoles. It's got an HDMI hookup, and then also like one that allows for component and composite. And it's really easy to use. You know, you just hit a few buttons and you're ready to go. And it's much easier than the way I'd been doing it before, where I had to take my dinky little camera and point it at the TV screen, because my camera, it doesn't like the TV screen unless it's completely dark in here, which means I have to do it at night. Which also means that if there's something specific I want to show in a video, I have to get to a certain point in the game and stop, and then return later at night so I can film it, and just a huge pain in the ass. So really happy that I can do it much easier now, and it makes my life much easier. And I've been sick for a week, so I might sound a little different. This is like the first day I can actually talk without hacking up a lung. Next item I got is I finally picked up Persona Q for the 3DS. And this is my first experience with a first-person dungeon crawler, and I really love it. I'm still really early in the game. I haven't met up with the characters from the other game yet. I chose Persona 4. Excuse me. I chose Persona 4. I haven't met up with the 3 characters yet. But I really enjoy it, and if Etrian Odyssey games are anything like this, I am definitely looking forward to playing those too, because this is a lot of fun. Okay, and then the next items are all somewhat related. First of all, I got the strategy guide for Golden Sun 1 and 2. And yeah, it's a little beat up, but you know, all the pages are there on the inside. All look really good. And you know, I played through the game once, but I never got everything in the game, so I plan to use this to get everything. And then eventually I plan on getting the Lost Age, and I want to do the whole transfer thing where you transfer all your stats and everything. And for that, of course, I needed a link cable, which I didn't have before, but I'm happy to have now. And then I picked up a new Game Boy Advance. I know, it's a DS Lite. But, you know, I've tried every way to play Game Boy Advance games. I love the Game Boy player, but it doesn't help me as far as portability goes. I have the original Game Boy Advance here, which is great. I love the shape of it, but you know, it's got no backlight, so I have to attach this big honkin' light here, which drains batteries in like 7 hours. Game Boy Advance SP, I don't like the shape of it. You know, it feels a little too cramped to me. And then the, if you recall, I got the Game Boy Micro last year, and you know, it was really cool, but after playing for a little bit, my eyes would like hurt really bad for an hour, so I had to get rid of it. So I got this. It's really clean on the outside. Of course, I picked blue to go with my other DS models over there. Inside is really, really clean. Came with the charger, stylus, even has the little cover for the Game Boy Advance slot. And I'm not going to use this for DS games at all, but I did put my copy of Namco Museum in there, just so it doesn't collect dust in there. And that is it for gaming stuff. Everything else here is music related. So first thing I have here is I went to work a couple weeks ago, and one of my coworkers is like, "Wait right there, don't go anywhere." And she comes out and she has this autographed poster from the Behemoth and Cannibal Corpse tour, and autographed by the guys from Cannibal Corpse, which is really awesome. It does have some folds in there, but not a big deal. And I have to admit, you know, Cannibal Corpse isn't my favorite band. I do have Tomb of the Mutilated, and I like several of their other albums. But yeah, this is very cool. Okay, and then next up, I have a CD. And when I sold my game collection 5 years ago or so, I also had to get rid of a few CDs. And for anyone who's sold CDs before, they're generally worthless. This one, however, went for 60 bucks. And just randomly searching it, you know, a couple weeks ago I found out that they did a reprint on it. And of course you can buy it for much cheaper now, and that is Spiritual Healing by Death. And it comes in this really nice slip cover. I don't know if you can see that on there. Really nice. Got a bonus disc with some you know, rehearsal tracks and demos and stuff. So really cool. It's my second favorite album next to Human by them. So that is awesome. And the rest of these here are, I bought these for a very specific reason, and that would be when I first started working, you know, over 20 years ago, one of my favorite things to do used to be to go to the exclusive company in my town and just buy a huge stack of CDs. And over the years, that has really tapered off. Last 2 years, I got one CD each year. I got Between the Buried and Me's Parallax 2 last year, and then the year before that I got Devin Townsend Deconstruction. So, you know, I went and got a whole bunch of CDs. I didn't actually go somewhere, I just ordered off of Amazon. But yeah, it's really cool. I was so happy when the stuff started coming in. And so first one here is Naja, and I think I pronounced that right, and this is Desire and Uneasiness. And this one is actually linked to a book series in my mind, because I'd always put this on at work and then I'd read Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series. And you know, this is a very dark sounding album. It's got kind of a foreboding atmosphere, and it works perfectly with the Wheel of Time series because it's very dark. You feel like there's something around every corner and like something's about to happen. So yeah, this is really great. Really love the CD. I especially love the last song, Deterritorialization. I think I butchered that, but it's like a 20-minute song, and it's fantastic. Next up, I got, probably going to butcher this too, but this is Panopticon by Isis. This is my favorite album from them. Also really love Oceanic, and I also have In the Absence of Truth. But this is a great album. Just every song on this is outstanding, and I really love it. Next one is, I got Godspeed You Black Emperor, Slow Riot for New Zero Canada. And I'm not sure if that's what it says on there, but because I can't read that. But this is a phenomenal album. It's a 2-song EP. The first song, Moya, is just awesome. And then the second track, Blaze Bailey Finnegan III, is really cool because it's got these sound clips of this guy like bitching about getting tickets in court in America and stuff. And then in the background you just have this gorgeous, gorgeous music playing, and it's a nice contrast. I really love it. But this is my favorite from them. I also really like Lift Your Skinny Fists. That's a great one too. Happy to have that. Alright, next up I have one DVD, and this is actually one of my favorite concert DVDs, and that is Portishead, Roseland, New York, something, yeah, Roseland, New York. And this is a great show. This was done back in '97, I want to say. So this was back when they just had the 2 albums, a long time before a third came out. And just a great show. They play with an orchestra, and sounds fantastic. You know, great song selection, although I don't think that Portishead really has a bad song. And that's one of my favorite DVDs. I think the only ones that top it are two of the Opeth Live DVDs, but really happy to have that one. And then this one came in yesterday. It is the Xenogears original soundtrack. As you guys all know, Xenogears is my favorite game of all time. It actually has my favorite soundtrack of all time by my favorite video game composer, Yasunori Mitsuda. So really happy to get this one. And I can feel my voice starting to go now. One thing is, the one that I used to have was like, you know, it had 2 discs, but it was just like one of those little small cases where, you know, it flips open and then another thing flips open. And this one is in like the giant case, so it's weird, but you know, same soundtrack, so I'm not going to complain. Next one I got is Velvet Acid Christ Twisted Thought Generator, and this is a great kind of techno-industrial band. Really great racing music. If you want to play some Forza or Gran Turismo or Need for Speed, throw this on. It's perfect. Next up, I got Milkman by Deerhoof, and I'm a huge fan of these guys. I have Friend Opportunity and Apple O on MP3, but I was really happy to get this one because I love this album. My girlfriend hates the singer in this band, which I can understand because it does take a little getting used to, but I love these guys. Next up we have Cryptograms by Deer Hunter, and oh, there's a sticker on the back. And this one I had actually ripped off of a friend a long time ago, and I had it sitting on my hard drive on my old computer, and I completely forgot about it. And then when I was transferring all my files from my old one to the new one, I was like, oh, hey, I forgot about that. And I remembered why I love this album so much. It's just really awesome. I guess it's kind of considered dream pop. At least I saw that on a website I looked at. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. And I will link, in the description, I will put links to a bunch of music down there so you can check out all these bands for yourself. Next one I got Anthrax's Persistence of Time. My favorite one by them. I know a lot of people prefer Among the Living, but I like this one because it's a little bit darker. Great songs. Well, except for Got the Time is not so dark, but it's still a great song. Okay, next one I got is Gloria Belli, I think. The Great Southern Darkness. And this is a great doom/black metal band from France. I especially love the first 3 tracks, and then the Signs of Shifting. Yeah, the Signs of Shifting. That's a great track as well. Almost done. Next one, I got one of the craziest albums I've ever heard in my life. Naked City's Torture Garden, and also it has a bonus track called Ling Che. I don't know how well you can see that. The best way to describe this is grindcore meets jazz. And really crazy album. My favorite one on here is Speed Freak, which almost sounds like somebody's just flipping radio stations, the way they hop from different styles, you know, within like 3 seconds. And it's amazing. One of the craziest albums I've ever heard, and I absolutely love it. Next up is my favorite band, Opeth. I got Morning Rise. This is actually, Still Life is my favorite album from them. This one would be a close second. I really love the, just the way they do songs on this one. There's only 5 tracks. Well, this one has a bonus track, but there's only 5 tracks on the main album. The shortest one is like 10 minutes long, and the longest one is 20 minutes long. And as far as the older Opeth albums go, this is one of the more mellow ones. But it's really cool. I love the dual guitar riffs, and the style of the first 2 albums was very different from what they became later on. Great album. And last but not least, I got Converge's Jane Doe. This is an outstanding hardcore album. I really love this front cover artwork, and it's, you know, got a little slipcase and everything on it. But yeah, just a great album. Very chaotic sounding. There is kind of a there is a little melody kind of hidden underneath though. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a fantastic sounding album. I will throw some links to all these albums down in the description, so you can check out the stuff for yourselves, and that'll do it. So that's it for today. Alright, see you guys next time.